Welcome to the sellthatoption.com YouTube channel. If this is your first time joining us here, taking a look at any of our daily recap videos, please feel free to reach out to me at ryan@sellthatoption.com should you have any questions about the process or anything that you're about to view. Now, momentarily, you're going to get to see a dated version of what I send to our members here at sellthatoption.com every single day after the close if we initiate a trade. Okay, and so I send these after the market closes. They're able to take a look at the trades that I make. I talk about why I entered the trade, what I was looking for when I initiated the trade, my profit targets for that trade, and any general market commentary that was important when we were looking at that trade. Now, it's important to note here that these are trades that you can take a look at the night after. You don't have to be chained to your computer all day. See if there's something that you like and then initiate the trade potentially on the next business day. Okay, and so what we're going to do is here is if you are a member or you're looking at a membership, what you would do is you would come over here, select members, and then you would click daily recap videos. Okay, so let's take a look at exactly what a daily recap video page would look like and how our members would utilize that page. All right, now here we are in our daily recap video page, and so you can see a little bit of education that our members would get to read, and then you just go down here and you click play. Okay, now I've got it set up to where the most recent video is always the first one that shows up. You can see the date, and so what you would do is you would just click play, and then you would be able to see the video. Okay, I don't have any of the other videos set up, but what you can do is you can come to this page right here, and then you can see all of previous videos that we have listed on the site. Okay, without any further information, let's get right into the daily recap video. All right, and welcome to our daily recap. Today is January the 4th, 2017. Another really good day here, good start to the year. We closed, as you can see, positions in UNG and XRT. In UNG, we profited $561.10 after commissions. In XRT, we profited $184.10 after commissions for a total of $745.20 today. So really solid day there. And then we opened positions in XRT and XLE. Now, XLE and XRT are traditional things that we do here at Sell That Option. And so we'll talk about those. We'll talk about the implied volatility level of each of those here in just a moment, as well as look at the risk diagram and the charts. But XRT had an IV of 50 ish. It was like 48.94 or something like that when I sent the alert out. And then XLE was around 37 or so, and so both elevated there. Just check your Market Watch tab, and you can see those. Now, GDXJ is a new strategy that I'm trying here. I've been toying with some hourly crossovers, and so I'm testing those, and so I'm not ready to announce those yet. However, if you see those in our filled orders, because again, everything's essentially transparent here, just know that I'm not yet ready to announce them, but I am testing them kind of on the side in real time to see kind of what happens with those positions. It might be one of those things where I create a module in our course here in the Advanced Options course. But essentially, I'm only looking at major liquid ETFs, the same exact ETFs that we trade these neutral spreads on. Now, these are small positions. As you can see, this is only a 10-contract position. And so I only spent $790 in order to open this. And so we're just going to play around with some of these hourly crossovers, and I'm going to keep a log in and just see how they do there. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get right into looking at the two XRT trades, XLE and UNG. So here we are in XRT. Let's go ahead and very quickly look at our payout diagram, our risk diagram, and then the chart. So we are at the 45 strike centered. We do have really nice break evens at 42.38 all the way to 47.62 with a current probability of profit of right over 54%. So we're in a really good place. Like the trade, like the way it works. It was a straddle. And so not a whole lot else to say. The security has moved a little bit today, but not enough to really impact us. Let's take a look at the chart. The yellow line is where our trade initiated at. We do have our first break even down here. Looks really good. It's below this level right here, which is what I would call support, right at 42. I would think 42 is probably going to be a pretty big level of support. We can't even see it to the upside, and so we're in a really nice place. One thing you will notice is that this, let me move this real quick. We're just going to move it back a day. Okay, so as you can see here in this candle, we entered the trade when it was probably at 45.1 or so, and that's why I actually got into it, was because it was a pretty big move down, and I wanted to take advantage of it being so close to 45. But now we have seen some of that initial move retrace, and so we're just going to watch it. It's still well within break evens, so not a ton to say there. We have already entered in our closing order, and so just take 25% of whatever credit you received, and that can be a really good start to place your closing order. So we'll continue to watch this security. Not really a ton to say. The fundamental principle of the trade hasn't changed even from the past one, because IV is still elevated. So we're going to continue to take advantage of that premium. Really like to see it just sit here, and so if we can get it to just sit here, we know that it'll be a really nice profitable trade. This XLE security is one that we haven't really traded very regularly. There just hasn't been that much IV, and there hasn't been that much credit in the security, but it is one that I watch pretty regularly. It is an energy ETF, and so as we know right now, oil is moving. Nat gas has been kind of volatile, and so it tracks companies kind of in the energy sector. So we currently have a probability of profit at 53.41%. Now we are centered over the 74 strike, so I'm a little bearish on the security. Our break-evens are all the way from 70.95 to 77.05, so really nice and wide break-evens here in XLE. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. Now, as you can see, XLE has been on a move, so I'm hoping that it kind of stalls here at this 74 level. It's been moving all the way since down at 61.80 back in the middle of August, and I actually traded that move via a put credit spread. But that's where it is. So let's take a look at our break evens. Really, the 71 level, 70.5 to 71 level provided this breakout. As you can see, there were a couple of times right here around where 71 acted as an area, and then right here 71 also acted as an area of resistance, and so we break that and we see this move up. On the call side, we are so far out that in the last year it hasn't touched this. I'd be watching the 75 level, 75, 76 level. If we do break out of that, we might continue to see a breakout, but I'm playing for a move sideways in the security. Hopefully it stays between our break evens, and we will, of course, monitor this trade pretty regularly and pretty hard while we go throughout this expiration cycle. So this is our position in XLE. We're just going to monitor. We are a little bit bearish, but I feel good about it. I like this trade a lot right now, and we'll see what happens. Okay, and let's take a look here at this UNG position. Now, as you all know, UNG is the natural gas ETF. We are still in the market day, so you are going to see the price change a little bit. But let's go over this trade. So the vertical yellow line or the highlighted colored line, is the day that we entered this trade, which I believe was on November the 22nd, 2017. So one of the things that you'll notice if you scroll out in the UNG chart is that UNG had been holding this 6 level pretty consistently, and sometimes would dip down into the 580s or so. So I was really playing for that position to hold. Okay, so I was really playing for UNG to hold that 6 level. As you can see through the chart, it lost about 30%, 25 to 30% in the course of about a month, and so I was pretty far down on this position. We went real big in this position. We sold 56 puts for tomorrow's expiration, so January the 5th. Okay, and I was looking for 50% in these, so I was looking for profit of 50%, which is what we got today at 13. Okay, so one of the things that you'll notice is that UNG did go all the way down to $5.10. Okay, then it's all a massive jump. Okay, and so today we actually gapped up, and then we've been testing the lows ever since that massive gap up. And we actually got out right at the market open today, which was really solid, because had we not, we would be, down what we would be right at our break even, which would be frustrating, especially after being up about $600 before commissions in this trade just earlier today. Okay, there's very, very little time premium left in this position, which is also important for us to note. But that horizontal tail line is where our strike was centered at that 6 put, and then the what is that magenta purple line below that is where our break even was. And so as you can see, we would be flirting with that break even right now. So I'm really, really glad to get this position off early in the day for a profit. And that's one of the beautiful things about automating your trading, right? You automate your trading, you go ahead and put in those profit targets, and when they hit, they hit. Because had we said, let's see if we can get another day to expiration, we might not have had we might be down on the trade now, or we might lose out on the trade tomorrow after being up 50% on the total max amount of money that we could have made. So this is a great case study here in putting that profit target in and just letting the system work for you. Okay, let the system work for you, let the profit targets work for you, and be mechanical, be methodological, and be mathematical. And this can be a profitable system. Okay, so this is our closing position in UNG. We did make $561.10 post commissions on this particular trade. Okay, let's jump into XRT. All right, now XRT is also a position that we closed out of today for $184.10 in profit. As always, the vertical yellow line is where we entered the trade. The larger tail line is where our position was centered at, and then our break-evens are the magenta / purple lines. You can't see the break-even on the top side. This was a pretty easy trade. We entered it at the 45 strike. It was a straddle, and the position really just kind of stayed sideways since 12/11 when we entered, so December the 11th when we entered the position. Not a whole lot to talk about here, except it did exactly what we wanted to do. It stayed relatively range bound between, what is that, 43.50 and 46.30, and so really nice within our break evens, and really just very pleased with this trade. Not a whole lot to say about it other than the fact that IV is still kind of elevated, and as you know from our recap in the trades we entered, we're already right back into it for a different expiration date. So this was the trade here. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, this has been our daily recap. Stay humble, stay hungry, and here's to our success.